Following the closure of the 14th African Union High-Level Private Sector Forum in Nairobi, Kenya, Honorable Rebecca Miano, Kenya Cabinet Secretary, East African Community, reveals that the need for a robust private sector of the realization of Africa's sustainable and economic transformation in achieving growth objectives of Africa's economies.
I am particularly gratified by the theme of this forum, whose focus is on public-private sector engagement for inclusive growth and sustainable development, with emphasis on deepening regional and continental trade and investment towards the implementation of the African continental free trade area. Indeed, AfCFTA's trade agenda resonates well with East African communities' inter-partner state trade policies, while betokening both entities with the welcome congruence of purpose and prospect. Notably, one of the key drivers in the realization of the AfCFTA's objectives is the private sector, given especially its ability to catalyze sustainable economic development and job creation.
Chairperson of the East African Business Council, Ms. Angelina Ngalula, says that in order to implement the African Continental Free Trade Area, there is need to work on state parties to adjust to the newly liberalized and integrated trading environment established under the AfCFTA agreement.
Most of the work that we also need to finalize so that all these protocols can come into force and that they can be then used by our private sector fully. Now, what we hope to do with these protocols and the work that has already been undertaken is then to have a market expansion in the continent. And here, maybe just to mention that we have 54 countries that have already signed this agreement. So out of the 55 countries of the African Union, only one is yet to sign. And of course, we at the AfCFTA, led by His Excellency Wamkele Mene, are working tirelessly to ensure that we have our more country signing the agreement.
According to Dr. James Mwangi, CBS reveals that Africa is at 3%, and yet they are 17% of all population, and they need to collaborate to clear the issue of jobs in Africa.
If we are 17% of the world population, you then can imagine we could support 17% of the global production because we are the consumer. So we would move production from 3 to 17. That is increasing production 5 times.
Jerome Paul Sonko, Samuel Kirimunda, Business Today.